And hello and what is up, friends? Today we're going to be starting a deep water culture grow from scratch. And not only that, it's going to be probably the simplest DWC setup that I have done in the past 5 years. So if that sounds interesting to you, you may want to stick around for this video, because we're going to do the full setup and we're going to start our grow with some amazing genetics that are so frosty you're not gonna believe it. Oh, and did I mention we're gonna do the deep water culture system in a small tiny place, trying to get the biggest yield possible in the smallest place, meaning we're probably gonna be vegging for just a couple of weeks and flipping the flower, since we have some crazy genetics that like to stretch and produce really good quality flower, and at the same time they're a pretty big heavy yielder. So if all this sounds good to you, be sure to stick around, because that's what we're going to be doing today. But alright friends, let's get right to it. And now, before installing the DWC system, we first have to take the old wick system out, and I have to say I love this method. And I think I would rather prefer it this way. However, I have to try the DWC before I could give my opinion on which one I like better. So this so far, I mean, I would actually recommend it to any beginning grower that's learning how to grow water plants to go ahead and purchase one of these wicking systems, because it's definitely going to save you a lot of headache. But yeah, let's get this out and put the DWC system inside of the VGROW VGROW box. The whole box has to come out along with this wire that runs through and connects to the water sensor plug up here. Now that water sensor plug, let's see, oh, I gotta take this, there we go. Now this water sensor plug that we just took this off of, which lets us know when our water is low or not, that's what's going to be giving power to our deep water culture system. So we're not going to need our water level sensor no longer, and we can take this out. And there might be like little crumbs or little bits and pieces of leaves, or even like the hairs from the bud. So this right now would be a perfect time to clean it. And now to place it in here, pretty sure there's only one way it could go. Well, actually, I think we have to take the lid off of it and then go sideways. There we go. Go sideways and then down. There we go. Oh wow, it matches up with where the plant is supposed to be. And now both air stones get connected to the back of this. Everything's pretty self-explanatory. And then the big hose goes out here. There we go. And it lays down nice and flat. And now for the connector on this side, and then it goes connected right there. Temperature sensor next to it. Still, that's a good spot for the temperature sensor. Now to fill with water. Let me check. And alright friends, just making sure everything's working correctly as it should. We have both of the air stones that are making air bubbles in there, and then to check, very important, our draining system, or how to drain the water when we're going to need to. It's just going to be one press off, and you're just going to wait a little bit till the pump kicks on, and you should be able to drain all the water in here at once. We'll see if the pump kicks on here in a second. Yeah, that pump definitely is not sounding good. We'll see. And now guys, at first I was having a little bit of issue with the water pump not being able to turn on. So I decided to go ahead and take the water pump out. As you can see, this is the little outer casing. Take the water pump out and was kind of like smacking it, make it turn on, turn off, turn on and turn off. You know, maybe because it was brand new, it wasn't working, and yeah, it's just giving. There you go. It takes a little bit, but I managed to get it started. And I don't know if I could fully trust it. I guess I would just have to wait and see. But for right now, we're just going to be draining all the water out of it and cleaning it. So yeah, let's get to it. Now the water does drain really low on this, to where there's probably maybe half an inch left, and we're still pumping water out. So the water level in here, you're able to pump pretty much everything and do a full fluid exchange. Because yeah, that's basically almost on empty right now, and I'm still pumping everything. So this pump actually sits really low in the reservoir, and you're actually able to do full water change, which is one of the things that I was wondering, if that pump was able to get everything out, or did I have to add more water to kind of get everything out of there. But no, it's doing really good. But okay, let's get this. And yeah, there you go. I can kind of hear it start to suck air and change, but there's maybe an eighth of an inch of water left in the reservoir. So yeah, I consider that pretty good. Let's get this out, clean it, and start hatching the seed for the next season in here. Alright, and after cleaning it up, we did a pretty good deep cleaning inside, but we also made the hoses a lot shorter, and it looks a lot cleaner in there. And I'm pretty sure the roots are not going to get as tangled in those lines, since they're a lot shorter, and again, it looks a lot cleaner in there, rather than having the long hoses, which by the way makes the aerator work harder. And if you don't need the hoses to be that long, I probably wouldn't recommend using the long ones anyway. So I went ahead and cut them shorter, and again, it looks a lot cleaner, you know. So step 2 would be to pop the seed that's going to go in here, and we're going to let that dry completely inside, and before we add any water. And while this is drying, we're going to go ahead and pop the seed for this new season. Alright, since the next step, that's going to be hatching the seed, we could pretty much just cover that so that there's no light penetrating in there, even though we don't need but we are gonna go ahead and soak this in pH water anywhere from 5.8 to 6.2. I'm just gonna set it in there, let it soak up probably about 4 to 5 minutes, come back, and then we're gonna place this inside of the little cube with no holes inside, because you want a little bit of water to sit there and let this cube not dry up completely. And once the seedling gets a little bit bigger, we'll go ahead and transfer it into this little container that will sit right in there. But for right now, that's the one we're gonna use, and we're gonna let this soak for like about another 4 to 5 minutes. There we go. Take it out and place it in there. Leave a little hole for the seed, and let's place our seedling in here. And we officially started our new season in the deep water culture inside of the VIVOSUN VGROW with the Cycle Jordan from BeLeaf Genetics. And I'm excited to see that little seed pop out of that grow medium. But all right, friends, I'm not gonna take any more of your time because I want you to watch the rest of my videos. So until next time, this is Grass in Class signing out. Peace.